Hello and welcome to another tier list. I am Jessica, the trans metal alchemist, and this is Lily Queen, HRH.
That's me.
Today we're going to be doing Batman. Batman character designs. Batman BTAS and TNAB. Batman the animated series and the new animated series of Batman.
The new adventures.
New adventures.
Of Batman. This is a controversial subject.
Yeah.
Yeah? People have a lot of strong opinions about this. They tend to swing in a particular direction. People don't tend to like the redesigns from TNAB. Yeah? And you're among them.
it it's complicated, but generally, I think that BTAS got it right.
Well, we'll find out in this video, won't we? But what's your history with this show? This is a very famous cartoon, BTAS, TNAB. It's a really beloved cartoon.
Well,
Potentially the greatest ever Batman cartoon. Potentially the greatest ever cartoon, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was a big part of your childhood.
yeah, it's one of my earliest memories. I was 4 or 5, and I was watching the show, and I had the action figures, and I was writing my own superhero stories at primary school. It is a fundamental part of my childhood, and so it's very important to me.
And for me, not at all. I never watched it as a kid. We had the same childhoods, but for some reason I never watched this show. I knew it was around, but I never really watched it. I got into it much later in life, like around the 2010s, the early 2010s, late 2000s. I was watching it on the DVDs then, and I do really like the show, but as a kid I was much more into the Spider-Man cartoon, things like that. So, yeah, I didn't have a strong relationship with it.
Also, now this is not breaking any new territory here, but Batman the animated series obviously plays a very important role in the history of Western animation, in terms of Western animation in general and Batman animation in particular, because it's the success of BTAS that basically creates the last 25 years where we've just had Batman cartoon after Batman cartoon after Batman cartoon, and also Teen Titans. We just can't stop having superheroes thanks to thanks to BTAS. And also, it's been argued that BTAS basically inspires Spider-Man and X-Men and Superman, and just creates this
Well,
entire.
it didn't inspire Superman. Superman was an extension of the show. I mean, they out of this show they formed a whole DC cartoon universe. Bruce Timm has become such a huge part of the DC lore, his style, his attitude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's huge. It's epochal. So, yeah, should we get into it?
We should get into it. Let's have a look at the character designs. Now, this is a tier list that you made yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it going to be a problem for you how small these pictures are? Do you need to see
Yeah.
them larger?
yeah, I think I can see them. Anyway, I know who they are.
Does it help if I do this?
Ah, okay.
Is that easier? It's going to make it hard to get them onto the tiers, but
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay.
all right, we'll start with Bruce, old Brucey.
Okay.
You've got strong feelings about this one. I keep hearing about it because also we're watching the show right now. We've been watching through the show for many years. It's taken a long time.
Yeah.
There's 80 bloody episodes of BTAS, and now we're only 10 episodes away from the end of TNAB. So we've now met all of the characters in TNAB, and that's the reason we thought it would be a good time to do this video. That's the thing you should have mentioned at the start. Talk about Bruce.
Okay. So I think that so let me start generally with what Bruce Wayne is.
Brown suit.
Because Bruce Wayne is obviously very strong because he goes to the gym all the time and he is Batman and he spends a lot of time working out, but he has this fake life that he's living where he is just a playboy billionaire, and so he has to not look very strong in his civilian life. And the problem with the BTAS house style is that men have very large shoulders, and you look at Bruce Wayne and he looks jacked just because of his gigantic shoulders. Um, and his gigantic chest. So he just doesn't actually come off as a playboy billionaire in the same way that other Batmans, both live action and animated, have pulled off.
Well, there's a limitation on how jacked they can get in live action, not cartoon characters.
Yeah. So I think that it's a moderately good original Bruce Wayne. I think that there are some problems with it in the fact that he doesn't actually. It's not believable that he is just a businessman. He looks too strong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but where do you want to put this first, Bruce Wayne?
I would like to put him in B tier.
Okay. Uh, 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 there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, but you hate the TNAB, Bruce.
Oh yes.
You can't stand him.
So
You've got a real bee in your bonnet about this Bruce for some reason. He's in a sharp black suit now. He's got a sharper haircut, and he's got less lines on his face. You don't like his face.
he looks identical to Dick Grayson.
He doesn't.
I-
Grayson's right. Look, Dick Grayson's right here.
Like I
Look, they don't look.
no, I meant Dick Grayson from BTAS.
He's right here too. Look, they look completely different.
Like I look at him and I can't see Bruce Wayne because like the traditional idea is that after his parents die, after he travels overseas, and then he comes back home, and then he launches the Batman project, he is fairly old. Something like
30.
30. And then by the time he gets into his prime, when he is the terror of the night, he's 35.
That's where he is in this show.
That guy right there looks like he's 25.
No, he doesn't.
There's no wrinkles, no.
But in the Bruce Timm style, you don't gain wrinkles in your 30s. It's a simplified animation style. If you add too many wrinkles, suddenly characters look hideous. They look really old.
He looks like a baby.
No, he doesn't. No, so, like, with all of these redesigns, there is a logic to all of it. And do you understand why they changed Bruce?
Go for it.
So he had the baggy suit. We got that baggy brown suit, which is lovely, but it never looked good in animation. It was really tricky to get overseas studios to animate that baggy suit in a way that actually looks attractive. He just looks like a blob. He looks horrible. The extra lines on his face, they would get inconsistent all the time. Any characters that have too many lines on their face, it was a terrible struggle, especially with ACOM. And so Bruce wanted to simplify everything down to its core essence, streamline the suits. All the characters that are in baggy suits, they're all streamlined. Streamline the faces.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know why the hair had to change, but maybe that's the most egregious, changing the hair. But maybe the hair represents how his character has changed in TNAB, because he is a darker, colder character. Switching to the black suit from the brown suit, that possibly is a character progression, that he's not the warm, loving Bruce he used to be. It's almost like he's not pretending to be Bruce anymore. He's not pretending to have this playboy, lovable attitude anymore. He doesn't really care about trying to hide that he's Batman, because he's falling too far down into the hole.
Interesting.
Just Batman's taking over his life. I mean, you've noticed that in the show, right? He is changing.
That does play into some other theories that we're going to have.
Yeah, because some of these designs do represent how characters have changed in this show. There is progression, and some of it is just we need to streamline animation reasons. And a lot of people seem to just take issue with it because it's not the character that I liked at the start, but the character has changed as well, so you can't expect them to be the same, you know?
Yeah.
Like with Nightwing. You can't expect Nightwing to be the same as he was when he was Robin. He's a different person now.
Yeah. So I want Bruce Wayne to be in C tier.
That could have been worse. All right, let's talk about Batty himself. There's not a lot of difference between the two.
The under part of the cape has changed color.
Yeah, we got rid of the blue. So we got rid of the blue, and we got rid of the yellow, the yellow logo around the bat shape. Do you know why we did that?
So then it's making the color people's jobs easier.
I mean, it probably does, but there's also it's more of a character reason now with the extended Bat family. it's trying to make them all very distinctive. Bruce is just black. He's just, and also again, he's darker now. He's stripped the color away from his suit, and then you've got Batgirl. She's got more yellow accents on her suit. You've got Nightwing, who is blue. We can't see him here, but you know Nightwing. He's blue, and then you've got the new Robin, who's all red. So they're all having a different kind of color palette. It
Yeah.
makes them all very distinctive. I think it's really sharp how they updated Batman's design for TNAB. I like it.
Yeah. I don't have any particular problems with it.
I like the first one too. I don't have any problems with the first one. I mean, they're both good.
It's just I generally like it when capes have a different
Accent.
internal color than external.
Do you have a preference on the yellow oval around the logo?
Not really.
I mean, it's really iconic, isn't it? Because of the Tim Burton film, right? It's
I know.
so iconic.
Branding is important.
Branding.
But,
so, where do you want to put these two? I mean,
I think, like, I'm not ready to just say one's better than the other.
no,
So
they're both
I'm
great.
happy to put both of them in A tier.
Yeah. This is quite tedious.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got Alfred.
Things are going to get more difficult here.
Not a lot of changes with Alfred. The biggest changes are, yes, look very close. The biggest changes are with his face, which is very hard to see here. But you're familiar. We've been watching the show. We were watching it last night. He's more squinty-eyed now.
Yeah.
I feel like he looks more like David Niven now, which I like. But a lot of people, they don't like this. He looks more warm and lovable in the first design.
Yeah.
And that's how you feel, right?
Yeah, because
I think they're great. I think they're both
I
great.
think, like, he's such an important character to the entire, the entire ecosystem.
I think the new design is funnier.
Okay.
Generally, I think all the new designs are funnier. They're more graphical, they're more angular and pointy, and it just makes them funnier for the sort of Warner Brothers kind of style of animation. It almost feels like some characters are turning into Animaniacs, which, yeah, this is the exact reason why some people hate all this, but I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that he should be A tier,
and
he goes B tier. Yeah.
all right, then we have Dick.
Okay.
So, now here we have a character who is like, this isn't an update of their previous design. They've gone through a change.
Yes.
So it makes it kind of tricky to compare them.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're two different people now.
Yes, but Dick Grayson's such a fascinating character in general, and his journey to become Nightwing is just incredible.
Yeah.
I adore it. And what's the thing that gets me?
You adore it, even though you've only just watched it. Because that's the thing. That's the thing we haven't mentioned. You never watched TNAB. You watched BTAS as a kid.
Yeah.
And I've only just shown you TNAB in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
So, but you did already know about Nightwing. You read a
Yes.
comic when you were a kid about Nightwing, and you have a Nightwing figure over there.
But it was the disappointment of Batman and Robin, the movie, which meant that I basically gave up on Batman for 15 years.
That was the exact wrong time.
Apart from a couple of episodes of Brave and the Bold here and there.
That was 15 years later.
So, yes. Because, so young Dick is, like, he is a smart aleck. He's funny in every
He
version.
dresses like a dork.
He dresses like a dork, even though he is like, he pretends to be like the cool kid.
Street smart.
Who's like, and he tries to rub Batman the wrong way by getting up his nose. And yet, he's not actually like one of the cool kids.
No, honestly, Tim Drake is cooler than him.
Yeah.
He's more street smart. And he rubs Batman up even worse. And Tim is just better at being Robin in every way.
Yeah. So, like, but this is young Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
The clean-nosed college student.
Yeah.
Who just does everything right.
And then he goes off the rails. He becomes a bad boy. He gets a terrible haircut. And he's all dressing dark now. He's edgy.
Yes.
Yeah. He's angry.
He changes his name from Seymour Skinner to Up Yours, Children.
Okay.
So they both deserve to be A tier.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
So then we've got Robin, and so because of that one episode, the one flashback episode in TNAB, we have a TNAB Robin design.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
So we can do a proper comparison.
Right.
And I mean, they're pretty much the same. It's just making him more angular, slight shift in the color palette. It's just, it's just updating the design, but they haven't really changed anything about it.
Yeah.
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 And in general, I like the more angular look of this show, and some people don't. I mean, do you have a feeling about just the overall more angular look, the more graphical look, less detailed? You said to me yesterday that it sort of is a precursor to stuff like Teen Titans and
Ben 10.
Ben 10, which
Yeah.
which is true because Glenn Murakami, who made Teen Titans, he came into BTAS as it was going along and showed so much promise working under Bruce Timm that he was promoted to art director, and he was really instrumental. According to Bruce, it was Glenn who was more instrumental in making that graphical look for Superman, the animated series, which was then what they used when they made TNAB to make it consistent with that. So really, it's Glenn Murakami who is responsible for all this. But he's not responsible for the Joker's lips. He blames Bruce for that. He tried to talk him out of it.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? It's kind of it shows how cartoons are going to look for the next couple of
Yeah.
decades. The whole shift.
So, look, I don't know if I can work out some general theory, but in general, I think that curved lines demonstrate vulnerability because you're fleshy, you're soft, you can get hurt, and if you're more angular and straight, it looks like you're sharper, you're more able to dodge things, and you just come off as more aggressive and less vulnerable. And it's just sometimes it works for certain characters, sometimes it hurts them.
So do you feel like it's just been applied too much overall?
Yeah, I mean, like we can go through each character, and I can say that it's hurt the character or helped the character.
But do you appreciate how it's easier to animate them?
Sure,
How they can look more
Yeah.
dynamic?
Sure, yeah.
Can I read something that Bruce Timm said in the art book of BTAS?
Take it away.
So he said, earlier in my career, while I was doing character designs for action adventure shows like G.I. Joe and Ghostbusters, I was frustrated that the producers and directors always insisted on a design approach that actually worked against the strengths of animation. The characters always had to be drawn realistically, with realistic facial features and anatomy, too many folds in their clothes, and way too much detail overall. Having done assistant animation work, cleanups and in-betweens at Don Bluth's Productions, I knew that at 24 drawings per second, every little line had to be drawn thousands of times. The more lines on a character, the less time an animator has to draw those lines correctly, especially on a TV budget and schedule. Result? Crappy animation. Every time I'd do a design that even remotely resembled what would eventually become the Batman animated style, my bosses would say, "No, that's too flat," or "too designy," or my favorite, "too cartoony." Hell, and here I thought we were making cartoons.
Yeah.
And that's him talking about just trying to make the first iteration, BTAS, not even TNAB.
Right.
So even with BTAS, he was trying to make things more cartoony than what was the typical styles. Because you look at BTAS, and it is different from those 80s shows like G.I. Joe, and they did all have that house style. They all had to look that way, right? G.I. Joe, the animation looks really boring. Everything is too realistic, and it isn't all that good. And it dominated throughout the 80s. And he was trying to shift a little bit away from that. And so BTAS is kind of halfway between that old style and what the future would be born out of Glenn Murakami's kind of more angular style. It's interesting, isn't it? Sort of
Yeah.
BTAS
yeah.
has got the center of all the history of all shifts in
Yeah.
kids' animation. And you look at other contemporary shows to BTAS like Spider-Man and X-Men, they do follow a bit more the old-fashioned style, don't they? They're not quite as cartoony as BTAS. Another thing, he said he was really influenced by Space Ghost. I didn't know this. He was really influenced by the design for Space Ghost and how he designed Batman. And I always thought they looked similar, the Batman in this show. Like especially when he's in silhouette, like in the opening titles, I always thought he looks a lot like Space Ghost.
Right.
It was actually, that was intentional. He loved that as a kid. It's not a very good show, Space Ghost, but he just liked the design aesthetic of Space Ghost, how simplified that design was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So the Robins. Where do you put the two Robins?
I'm not gonna break them. Let's give them both B tier.
Do you have a? We're not talking about the other Robin here because he's only in the one show. But do you have a preference between Robin with green and red or just red?
Um, Green and red is so connected to Dick Grayson because of
You like having different for the two of them, make them distinct from each other.
yeah. I think that every Robin's outfit should be a representation of their character, and because Dick Grayson's
But in Batman and Robin in the movie, he's just red, isn't he?
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
Dick Grayson.
yeah,
He's more black, isn't he? More black than
yeah.
anything. But do you know why he's called Robin?
Why don't you tell us?
It's not because of the bird.
Are you telling me that all of those puns from the '60s show are not
It's
sensible?
because of Robin Hood. He's inspired by Robin Hood. That's why he is green. But then when he becomes solely red, then he starts being called Red Robin. So it all kind of turns around. It's almost, I don't know, but did people just remove the green because they thought that doesn't make sense for a character called Robin? Just make him red. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets so forgotten, the Robin Hood kind of origin.
I really like it. I think that of all of the heroes of classic mythology who represents justice for the average person, Robin
He's
Hood
a
is
good one.
right up there. And it makes sense that Robin Hood would team up with Batman.
So then we have Barbara.
Yep.
And so again, there's not a lot that's changed about her, and it's just really the art shift, which is particularly strong for female characters, isn't it? As you've noticed, Bruce
Yes.
Timm has found a particular way he wants women to look. They're
Yes.
all
Tiny
tiny,
hip syndrome.
tiny waists more
Yeah.
than anything. Tiny women. He does like the tiny women, and so she has much more normal for a cartoon proportions. And then the new one, she's got all the women have larger heads as well, larger heads, tiny waists. They're much more petite. He's also shortened her skirt, so that's interesting.
Yep.
But so what do you think of the two of them? And you can't really see here, but she did have a bit of a rounder face in the first version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we're losing the roundness.
So
Roundness must go.
So, like, I know that this isn't generally so, as if BTAS and TNAB are like the transition in terms of the characters developing. But it's interesting that, like, Barbara starts off as young, naive, green, and then once she's settled into her role, once she's actually formally teamed up with the Bat team, then her body should change shape and size corresponding to that. But I'm not sure that she changes really enough to represent that sort of maturing that she goes through from the one show to the other. And on the other hand, the changes that are there are not particularly interesting from a character perspective.
She also changes voice actor 3 times.
Hmm.
Didn't even notice.
No.
She's Tara Strong now.
Yeah.
Where we are. So where do you want to put them?
Let's put the first in B tier and the second one in C tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we've got Batgirl.
Yep. So
Again, the same things about proportions carry over. It's the same character.
yeah.
But we've changed the suit. We've gone from grey, a flat grey, into black with blue highlights, which I think looks really sharp.
Yeah. So if we're going on that idea that TNAB is to demonstrate her maturing into her role, she's grown up now, she's an adult, and she has a much better outfit. The first outfit is so
Oh, she cobbled it together herself, didn't
yeah,
she?
and it looks tacky.
But I think all of the outfits, when they're just grey, look tacky. That's my controversial opinion. I don't like Catwoman's grey outfit. I don't like Batgirl's grey outfit. And apart from Batman with his grey, they've changed all the other outfits that are grey to black in the new show. I think it's a good move.
Yeah. So first outfit definitely represents her green phase,
Yeah.
and now she's just in her element.
Hmm.
So I like them both if we take that perspective on things.
Yeah.
So I think the first Batgirl should be B tier, and the second one should be A tier.
Ah, finally, a TNAB design has won.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
We get to Gordon.
Yeah.
You love Commissioner Gordon.
I love Commissioner Gordon so much.
And when you saw him in the new show,
It's like,
oh no, what
oh
happened?
yeah,
He's been through some troubles.
he's
He-
very ill.
He's not doing well. You know,
He's
it's
lost.
it's a character progression, right?
Mm.
He's getting older. He's not as well. He's yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Okay.
He's certainly keeping it a secret, whatever he's dealing with. He hasn't been broadcasting it.
Yes.
He would. He wouldn't. He would keep it to himself. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this version of Commissioner Gordon might be the best in the franchise, and the only one who's giving him a run for his money is Gary.
Yeah, he's very good.
But this is Commissioner Gordon because he's he's old, but he's not in retirement. He's certainly very clever, but he's still a cop, so he can't outsmart beyond what he's capable of thinking. And the baggy clothes that he wears kind of represent the kind of trudging routine that he is stuck in,
Yeah.
because he is the one good cop surrounded by a bunch of incompetent dirty cops, and he's putting on this gross baggy jacket, these baggy pants, and he's just trying to keep this department under some sort of order.
Again, the baggy outfits are great, but they never worked. 'Cause they'd always be drawn. They'd look fat the way the animators would draw them. They it's really tricky to not make them look fat and weird.
Yeah.
Make them look like Play-Doh people.
Yeah.
So streamline everything, but we streamline his outfit, but also he gets emaciated as well. So I don't know why we do that, but he's, like I said, he's going through some troubles.
Yep.
You know, we can't hold that against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one is S tier, and the second one is C tier.
What? It's not his fault that he's got health issues. It's very sad. It's very sad. And we've got Montoya.
Montoya.
She's a cool character. She's invented for the show.
And she's
She's got a promotion.
she's become a part of just that she's in the Telltale game. Just
Yeah, she's in the Telltale.
we just take her for granted now.
But in TNAB, she's been promoted.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's gone up in the world. She's not just a cop anymore.
right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I really feel like they just got her right from the first go, and every time that she's been put back in, she's done a great.
Do you have a preference on these two designs?
It's hard to say, like, because when you're a standard street cop, there are rules on how you're allowed to wear your hair, and you have to wear the uniform exactly right. Whereas if you're promoted up, then you don't have to do that. So it's hard to compare them. But I do love the first one. I think that it really represents,
A tier?
yeah. Because her idea of youthful optimism, of like, I am going to put on my uniform exactly right, and I'm going to tie my hair back without any problems, because I want to try to keep the world safe. And Montoya is such an important part of the entire Batman character ecosystem. Like, I don't have any problems with her. She's definitely B tier.
I don't have any problems. Definitely B.
Okay.
All right, we just had a little pause there because I had an idea to put the pictures onto Jess's phone so she can look at them better.
Hmm.
All right, so we're back now. We're going to talk about Bullock.
Yeah. Hmm.
So not a huge shift for Bullock.
No. He pretty much looks the same, except
Again, just less baggy
less baggy.
and simplified lines on the face.
Yeah, yeah. He still looks like a no good slob. Yeah. I think both are pretty much the same. I got no business with comparing them. So I think both of them are B tier.
Yeah, you like Bullock?
I Bullock is interesting. Bullock is fascinating because clearly he's not a dirty cop. He's not actually siding with the crooks. He's not taking cuts from crimes. It's just he is a bit of a Lestrade. He is hard-headed and egotistical, and he doesn't like outside consultants telling him what to do. And so he's a bit more of a just a angry, brutish cop. But I like dirty cops, but
Yeah.
BTAS isn't really the show for exploring police corruption.
No. So then we've got Selena Kyle,
Right.
aka Catwoman.
Yeah.
So she has quite a big shift.
Yeah.
She changes her whole look. She was long and blonde, and now she's got very short black hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
very boyish.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big improvement.
Yeah. It's weird because
She looks much more generic in the first design, just another generic, typical glamorous type of woman, and now she's got a much more distinctive design.
this is the first one is really how she should look before the accident when she's just
Well, yeah, but that doesn't happen in this show.
I know.
But you prefer if it does.
Well, I always prefer it if Batman villains are caused by traumatic accidents, where you've always got a certain violent undertone to your personality, and it's the event that lets it loose, and then you become a villain. And so yes, I think that like the long hair, the long dress, she looks like an upstart citizen. Whereas the thing is, if we're going on the angle that Catwoman is the greatest cat burglar, then she really should not look like this. She should always have short hair. She should have an outfit that's full of pockets, because a cat burglar always needs to have lots of pockets. The other one doesn't have any pockets either. So yeah. So the first one, I'll say B tier.
Well, I think it's interesting that in the TNAB era, Bruce does seem to draw more girls with short hair, whereas in BTAS they all have long flowing hair.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Where do you put the second one?
B tier. Short hair is a lot easier to animate.
So then we've got something interesting here. We have Catwoman now, but first we're looking at a proto design for Catwoman. This was never in the show.
Right.
This is an early draft design for BTAS.
She looks like she's stepped out of the 60s show.
Yeah, much more 60s.
Yes. So.
You've never seen this before.
No.
And then we have the familiar grey outfit.
So she just has the eye cover, and she doesn't have
The full head mask thing. Yeah. She's got ears though.
So yes, interesting.
So people really love the design that they ended up with for BTAS, the grey suit. But again, like I said, I'm not very keen on the outfits that are just grey. Now we have another interesting design. The third one is actually another unused design. This is a design that was done for a spin-off, a Catwoman spin-off that never came to be, which is obviously very inspired by the Tim Burton design, the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. And again, when we get to the TNAB design, that would obviously follow on from that, but with the much more angular design and making her a lot more feline,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
which I think is pretty good. And both of these two designs give her like makeup for her, the exposed part of her face, white
yeah.
makeup.
Hmm.
So I think that both of those two designs are very distinctive and interesting.
Hmm.
I prefer both of those to the grey suit. What do you think about
Hmm.
them all?
Oh, there's so much to think
So many
about.
Catwomen.
Yes.
Yeah. And you love Catwoman.
I love Catwoman.
Yeah.
She's the only real anti-villain in the show.
Yeah.
Um, unless you count um, Two-Face.
No.
So, yes.
It's interesting that they don't do the traumatic backstory that you like from the Tim Burton movie, but then they do end up adopting a design that's similar to the Tim Burton movie.
Yes, yes. So, the thing, so let's go through it. The first one is so taken from the 60s show, and it's not really practical for a cat burglar, and um,
It wouldn't really fit this show.
it wouldn't really fit this show. Um,
Well, I guess that's why they didn't go with it.
yeah, um, yeah. The 60s show is so different because often the big villain doesn't actually do that much. They always have their goons to do all the work, whereas BTAS uh, reduces the number of goons and keeps the villain doing their own things as much as possible. So, I don't have anything against her, but she's clearly not doesn't belong in this show. Um, the second one is really difficult to talk about because I have such an emotional attachment to her, and she just captures that sort of passive indifference, because to get Catwoman right, you have to really believe in that ambiguity. On the one hand, her righteous fury, which is why Batman thinks that she could be an ally, and on the other hand, a sort of cat-like contempt for everyone around you. And so I think that the second one really gets that right.
But what if the third one had been the design for BTAS? Because that's still using the BTAS style of proportions.
Yeah.
So, but with the more Tim Burton kind of look to it, what would that have been like? Do you think that could have worked?
That could have worked. I've got nothing against that. Um, yeah, I don't like it that she just puts on a mask and that's it, because we can just see her eyes and her mouth. And
You like the chalk white face paint. A lot of
yeah,
people don't like the face paint.
um, yeah, yeah.
And
I
so
like the third one.
and then
Yeah,
with the TNAB design now, she has no eyes. We've got the just whited out eyes under the mask, that kind of look, which is what Batman has, is what Space Ghost has, is that
yeah.
sort of Spider-Man. Now she's got that kind of look.
She looks
Which,
just like a Ben 10 villain.
but do you appreciate that we've made her more feline? With the
Sure,
long claws and the more slinky shaped body, you know.
sure,
The petiteness kind of works for that aspect.
sure. So
The pointy ears.
if we're going on the idea that in BTAS there is an open struggle between the original civilian, between Selena and Catwoman, and
She does have kind of a similar struggle like with Bruce.
so that the original BTAS Catwoman is part woman, part cat, and so it's an open question: can she become Selena again, or will she continue to be Catwoman?
And just like with Bruce now, they've both lost their civilian identities. They've just become the mask.
Yeah,
They've gone
yeah,
too far.
because it's impossible to believe that she could ever return to polite society.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So where do you want to put all these?
Okay, so the first one is C tier. I got nothing against her, but um, she is A tier.
Not S tier?
No,
Wow.
um,
Gordon's alone up there.
not for long.
Ah.
She's about to be joined by several people. Yeah, she can be in B tier. And she can be BT. Yeah.
Okay. So then we have the Joker,
Yeah. The
most
Crown Prince of Crime.
the most iconic villain of the franchise, and you love the first Joker design. You love this Joker. You love Mark Hamill.
Yep.
Yeah. And his redesign is one of the most controversial,
Yep.
and especially for you,
Yep.
you can't stand it. I might be the number one fan of the Joker redesign in TNAB, but have a look here. We have an interesting thing here. We have a proto design for TNAB Joker where he still has the lips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if he had the lips, how would you feel about this redesign?
Um, I I don't think that
that
I don't think that would change my
wouldn't.
position.
No.
No.
Do you think it was a terrible decision to remove the lips?
No. No.
Glenn said to Bruce, "You can't do this. People will be so angry. You've got to keep the lips." And Bruce was like, "No, simplify. We don't need lips. Skull face."
Yes.
He looks like an animaniac.
Mm.
He looks like a skull face. He's got these weird, tiny little eyes, black, little white, little beady eyes. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all the reasons people hate him.
Yeah.
These are the reasons I love him.
Mm.
I think he's so funny, especially when he's really well animated, like he is in the crossover with Superman, World's Finest. He
Yeah.
looks amazing in that story. I also prefer this color palette for the outfit. The first one is the more reddish purple with the orange, which is what he also has in the Tim Burton film.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a more bluer purple, more indigo with the lime green. To me, this is the perfect Joker color combination.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
I'm very particular about that. I don't know about you, if you're particular about the color of his clothes.
I would prefer if the green was darker. Dark purple and dark green are a terrific combination.
You like the way this one looks when he is in the coat with the hat.
Yes. Yes.
But the first one, it's again the baggy outfit. It doesn't look as interesting when it's animated most of the time. But this one, it's a sharper cut. It's more dynamic. He just looks funnier when he's animated. Like I think when you look at these designs just as character designs like they are here, it doesn't do them justice. When you actually see them in motion in the show, I mean, don't you agree? When you see them in motion in the show, you don't really think about, you know, these kinds of issues as much. A lot of them look really good in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Also, it's time to bring up something that you have said about the villains to me.
okay.
You like the idea of the villains mutating. Batman villains don't tend to mutate. They're not like Spider-Man villains, but you like the idea. We'll get to this, especially with the Scarecrow later. You like the idea that they're all losing their humanity.
Yeah.
And so the fact that the Joker, he clearly doesn't look human anymore. He's not just a guy who got into an accident and his skin, changed color. Now he actually doesn't look human, right? He looks like an alien now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could be argued that he is mutating or something.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you should like that.
Sure. Yeah.
But you don't. You don't like this one. Come on, let him have it.
So, look, it's like I don't disagree. But okay, let me just run through everything, so we can get everything out on. So, the Joker is unique amongst the Batman rogues. Every other Batman rogue has a sympathizable origin story. Some sort of traumatic event happened, they have some sort of vendetta of revenge. We can care about them, we can love them, we can understand where they're coming from. The Joker is the only one who doesn't have that, even though Tim Burton tried to do that. And the thing about that's what makes Joker unique, that he isn't sympathizable. He is just chaos. He is the one that is dedicated to just traumatizing you to the point where you snap. And so he's someone who doesn't have any humanity left, who is just nightmarish terror.
Yeah.
And that's obviously a particular interpretation of the Joker. which doesn't come across in the Tim Burton movie or in the 60s show. It's really only since the turn of the century that we have seen this type of Joker in the Batman and in the live action movie, where he's just seems to just want to watch the world burn. And so, in that way, if he is like sort of the embodiment of the Grim Reaper, or the Grim Reaper in a clown outfit, where he just wants to, open the gates of hell, and so I get it, I understand why he's so good. The new one, the TNAB one,
He's demonic looking.
yeah, but there's something else that I want to add as well, which is something that is said in the Dark Knight movie, where the Joker says, "You think I have a plan? No, it's the cops, the dirty cops. They have plans. I just do things." That idea of just utter chaos, where he doesn't know what he's doing. He just sort of starts putting things together and just sort of seeing what happens. And that sort of pure spontaneity is another aspect of Joker which I really like. And on top of that, there's another thing about Joker, which is he is not a fighter. Every other Batman villain, to a certain extent, is capable of actually fighting Batman, but Joker can't, because Joker hides behind his devices, his schemes, his useful idiots, but he's actually not actually capable of fisting with
Fisting.
He's not actually able to have
Fisticuffs.
fisticuffs with Batman, and so that's why I like it when he's just sort of pudgy and sort of
But he's not pudgy. It's just a baggy suit. He sure does look pudgy in the Christmas episode, which is his first appearance. And he's wearing that sweater.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't stand that kind of Joker. I can't stand when he looks like such a dork.
Okay.
I love how sleek he looks in this new one. I just love him. But I'm pretty much the only person in the world. I guess me and Bruce, we're the only ones who like this design. But he's had some great episodes, hasn't he? In this
Yeah.
new era, there's been some really fun episodes.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill always delivers 110%. He's always fantastic.
Yeah.
So where do you want to put him?
Okay. So the first is S tier,
Okay.
and the other two are A tier.
Oh, A tier.
Yep.
That's awfully high.
Yeah. They're terrific characters.
Do you have a feeling on the lips? Do the lips put him anywhere
I don't.
different?
Look, it's not the lips. It's the skull shape.
But so many people are so upset at the lack of the lips. I mean, are the lips intrinsic to his character? I mean, without the lips, he isn't really a clown anymore, is he?
I mean,
I'm saying this and I'm not bothered by it, but but how is he a clown without the lips?
look, the problem is that both Cesar Romero and Heath Ledger made the lipstick the thing that the character is built around.
Yeah.
And so we just sort of associate
You sure it wasn't already from the comics?
Maybe it was.
I don't think there's any other version that doesn't have lips apart from this one.
Okay.
But is he a clown without the lips?
It's not just about lips, it's about using lipstick inappropriately in the same way that a clown would. Where you just have these, you over apply lipstick and you've got these big puffy lips that make you look ridiculous.
So then we have Two-Face.
Yep.
So not much of a difference between these two. You love Two-Face.
I adore Two-Face.
You love this first the Two-Face story, the two-parter that introduces him. That's one of your favorites, right?
Outside of the Mr. Freeze stories,
Yeah. We'll be getting to Mr. Freeze in a moment.
the Two-Face two-parter introductory is pretty much the best BTAS story that exists.
So this first design is really good.
Yep, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
And then we don't really change it much. I mean, again, it's just making it more angular, making the suit less baggy.
Yep.
But there's nothing, no other, removing lines.
Yep.
There's no other major changes.
No. No.
What do you think?
Um, I think. I don't have any problems. I think that all of the changes are perfectly cromulent. So it's
You do like the baggy suits, though, don't you?
no,
Do
not for Two Face, not for
okay.
Two Face,
But
because
do you think that the baggy suits also help with the film noir kind of the 40s sort of vibe the show has?
well,
Once they get rid of the baggy suits, that makes it feel a bit more modern.
yeah. Um,
Even though it's not actually set in the 40s, you kept saying it was set in the 40s, and it's not. Gotham's just a weird place.
yes.
Yeah, but you don't like the baggy suit for Two Face.
So the thing is, like, it's never explained, I think, explicitly, but Harvey Dent clearly is a real gym bro. He he is like really strong, and he spends as much time in the office doing legal paperwork as he does in the gym. And you know, even though he doesn't have any superpowers, he is strong enough to actually match fists with Batman,
Okay.
and he can't just get beaten down. And so
Well, he certainly does look more like that in the new design.
I like it if he has a tight suit, because also it goes to the
His shoulders are broader in the new design as well.
yeah. Also, it goes to the whole question about Two Face, because on the one hand he's a mobster, on the other hand he's the district attorney, and that sort of contradiction should come across in his outfit. And obviously you can't make an outfit that's simultaneously baggy and straight. You can't make something that's dirty and clean at the same time. But I think that just making him just much more straightforward,
Sleek.
sleek, it means that we should be paying attention to the black and white, and anything that's a distraction from that is weakening his character.
Simplify the design. Well, I'm
Yep.
glad that the sleekness has finally paid off. The Telltale Two Face, he certainly seemed like a beefy guy, didn't he? He seemed pretty tough.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Dark Knight version, the Aaron Eckhart Two Face.
No.
No, he wasn't a tough guy.
No. But in
And Tommy Lee Jones,
Tommy Lee Jones could certainly beat you up.
could he?
Yeah.
He's getting old at that point.
They can be both S tier.
The less said about the Tommy Lee Jones Two Face.
Oh, we'll have to deal with this at some point.
So you say they're both S tier?
Yes, both S tier.
Even though you said this one is better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we have the greatest character in
Yep.
Batman, Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
And she was perfect from the get-go, so we basically didn't have to change anything about her. So
it is remarkable that she is perfect from her debut, and she just keeps getting worse with every single iteration.
does she?
Yep.
We haven't seen all of them.
Both Suicide Squad movies.
Oh. What about in the Batman cartoon? You haven't seen that version.
No, I haven't seen that one.
What about in live action? You haven't seen any live action Harleys,
No.
have you?
Apart from the clips from the Suicide Squad movies.
Yeah.
And there's lots of the video games.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh dear. Their decisions to change her.
Well, I don't really know any of them that
Oh,
well, but it's good. It's good that she is so mainstream now. You know, she was created for this show, and it did take a while before she really, took on mainstream consciousness, where, the average public knows who she is as much as they know the Joker.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's good that she finally got into live action movies. So yeah, it's interesting that with her first design, she's already very petite. It seems like Bruce has already figured out his tiny women philosophy with her, and so he didn't really need to change anything. Her head is slightly bigger in the new design, and the color tone of the chalk white is like a little bit bluish on both her and the Joker, but it's basically the same.
Yeah.
And she's
Yep.
fantastic
Yep.
in both of these shows. She's amazing.
Yep.
Incredible performance. She has a lot of episodes just to herself.
Yeah.
For a character that was just going to be a goon when she was introduced.
Are you giving her a grade?
Yeah, I'm giving her a grade. What, are you going to not put her in S tier?
No, she's S tier.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, isn't she the greatest contribution of this show of Bruce Timm? Yeah.
yeah. There's so much more to say about her, obviously.
Yeah, well, there's more to say about everyone. We're not here to give a thesis on each one of these characters. We're here to rank character designs.
But I would say that there is something incredibly deceptive about the original Harley, which is that because she just has a jester outfit, you could have imagined that she is one of those nameless goons who doesn't have a voice actor, who just gets beaten up.
And that's what she was designed to be.
Yeah.
Do you know why they created her?
Why did they
Because
create her?
that episode where she's introduced, the Joker was going to burst out of a cake, but they thought that didn't really make sense, so they invented her to burst out of a cake, and then in the end they had him burst out of the cake anyway. And then they cast Bruce's best friend Arlene Sorkin, and she created the character. The character is just her. Bruce started writing the character based on her quirks, her mannerisms, and he said that he hopes she forgives him. And she sadly passed away now. You know, we lost her a few years ago. But yeah, she basically created the character. She was just a goon that we just had to create for a contrivance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing what a thing we created out of that.
Yeah. And so it makes everything about Harley really just impressive. The fact that when you just look at her, you assume that she's one of those background characters that we don't need to pay attention to. And so she catches you off guard. And unfortunately, every Harley after that decides to add way too much detail. And she gets too overblown, too messy. And yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
So now we have Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, Harley's buddy.
Yep.
So first Poison Ivy design, you like her a lot, yeah?
I adore her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce didn't.
No.
No, she needs to be more of a tiny woman. You see, she was meant to be a tiny woman. And she ended up too voluptuous apparently, and especially certain animators. He didn't like how in one episode she looked like a buxom Amazonian woman who could beat the crap out of Batman. That wasn't what he wanted. Maybe that's what you want, but that isn't what Bruce wants. He wants a little nymph kind of petite tiny girl. So he got his wish with TNAB.
Yeah.
But again, talking about mutating, she's clearly mutating because now she has got chalk greenish white skin.
Yeah.
So she's becoming more plant than human.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. You like this new color scheme? And her outfit now is very, very dark green. It's not as colorful. I mean, the first look, wouldn't do too badly in a 60s style show. A more camper Batman show. But this new version is darker.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the two?
Well, where do you start?
I always thought the first design had a bit of a Jessica Rabbit kind of look about her.
Yeah.
I always thought she was meant to, sort of be that voluptuous kind of femme fatale, like that sort of Jessica Rabbit type of character, but apparently that isn't what was intended.
Speaking of, obviously, to a certain extent, the character has been very badly damaged by her live-action movie.
I really love who plays her in
Yeah,
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Who plays Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
I really love Uma Thurman's
Yeah.
Poison Ivy. I was shocked when we watched it some months ago. I fell in love with her. I was head over heels.
Yeah.
She can do no wrong. People don't like her for some reason.
So, I really don't like the femme fatale angle for
Yeah,
her. I think that it's much more about, like...
You prefer the lesbian angle that came in later in the show.
Yeah, I certainly do. I certainly do like the lesbian angle.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's something else to it.
Is Bruce on a mission to turn all of the women into lesbians? I mean, Catwoman's new hairstyle, Harley and Ivy. I mean, it's getting pretty sus.
Yeah. But there's something about the first Poison Ivy. The fact that she just looks like an average, healthy adult woman. And so her attachment to nature feels much more of an genuine organic attachment. It feels like she is a woman who is one with nature, whereas the second one seems like she's had her lifeblood sucked out of her because she's so
Yeah,
small
yeah,
and white.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I like it. Yeah, mutating.
Mutating, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, if you
and
like,
a lot of a lot of future Poison Ivies would sort of, I don't know if they're taking off of that specifically or stuff in the comics, but she does often have like green skin in a lot of stuff now, doesn't she? So
yeah,
that's interesting.
if you really wanted to go down that angle, you could argue that there is a relationship between the bright green, which represents um, fertile, lively plants, and this very big-breasted, big-hipped woman who is,
Voluptuous is the word you're looking for.
like, I don't think that iconography, the relationship is accidental, but and so if you wanted to go down that angle,
Yeah, what the relationship of like a fertility goddess
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Mother Nature.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's interesting. I don't know if anyone has ever really done something like that with her. Seems like there's some untapped possibilities there.
yeah,
Because she just gets tinier. Because in the Batman cartoon, she's really tiny, isn't she? She's like a teen girl there who's just super tiny.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I haven't watched it, but that's what she looks like.
yeah.
So, where do you want to put them?
So I think that the original is S tier and the second one is A tier.
Oh wow, S tier. I didn't know this one was going to be an S tier. Ah, A tier, did you say?
A tier, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So then we have your. Is this your favorite villain of all time?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That first episode. So for the longest time, you thought it was just that one episode. That's all you saw as a kid. You didn't know that he came back. You hadn't seen. You'd stopped watching because of Batman and Robin.
yeah,
You never saw the last episodes of BTAS.
yeah,
He comes back right at the end, just in time to get into the movie, Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, which
yep.
was made to tie into Batman and Robin because of his appearance there. And then, unfortunately, the movie Batman and Robin wasn't a very good movie, or that was the feeling. And Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero was a pretty good movie made by these people who know how to make Batman. And so the high ups at Warner Brothers, they weren't very happy about that, and they said, "Don't have your movie come out at the same time as our movie. It'll just make our movie look bad. But you want us to make this movie to tie in to, to your movie." So
Yeah.
it came out a year later. You never saw it,
No.
and so we watched that only recently, a few months ago.
Yeah.
And you loved the second and third appearance, Mr.
Yep.
Freeze. That
Yep.
you thought that was it. That movie. That was a big send off for him. And then we have TNAB. He came back for a fourth time
Yep.
in TNAB, a whole new design. He's now Spider Legs
Yeah.
Freeze. He's
Yeah.
now a cyborg. He's just a
Yeah.
head,
Yeah.
and his story just gets more tragic as it
Yeah.
goes along. It's just
Oh,
tragedy
God.
after tragedy. Yeah, and a
Oh.
lot of people really don't like that he came back, especially the fourth time. But and I thought you might be like that because you loved that first episode so much. I thought there's no way you'll be satisfied bringing him back, but you've loved them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've loved them all. So, what do you think about his new design? Do you think the new design is good?
So. Okay. Okay. So.
Again, it's a development. He has changed.
So. In. So this is a general theme that seems to be coming across villain after villain. BTAS, it often appears as if your costume has been constructed ad hoc because you weren't intending to be a supervillain, and so you were just grabbing whatever was available.
But now you've been doing it for a few years, and now you've had time to work on the look. Now it's more stylized. It's more designed.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's like it's gone from
Tobey Maguire in the first act of Spider-Man to Tobey Maguire after he gets the proper suit
yeah,
in Spider-Man. That's all I could think of.
and so so the first outfit is totally inappropriate for any sort of combat or crime because it's so bulky and because everything is everything is evenly distributed, which means that it will be very awkward. It's much more of a spacesuit where you can't actually get a clear weight distribution, so
Yeah, it does
you're
look kind of awkward.
so you can't actually fight with it, and it's clear that it's just what he had available because the accident was unintended, so he just had to grab it.
Yeah.
But now that he's lost hope of ever returning to his old life, he's decided, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, it's time to become a real supervillain, have a real awesome, sexy supervillain outfit. So that all makes sense. That all makes sense.
And again, villains mutating, changing.
Yes.
Now he's just ahead.
This transformation of of from revenge to desperation to nihilism. The Mr. Freeze journey over the course of BTAS and TNAB is just the treasure of this show, and I feel like if there's ever something that we can just take and say this is what BTAS and TNAB stood for, it's this journey.
And of course, it's influenced every other version of the character because he wasn't a tragic character before this show.
No.
He was a goofball.
He was such a goofball in the '60s show.
Yeah. And then they do Batman and Robin, where they obviously pinch a lot from this. They pinched the whole backstory with his wife, with Nora.
Yeah.
But they still make him a goofball, and people hate the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze, right? It didn't do him any favors, and he hasn't returned to live action, and
No.
it's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that how much damage Batman and Robin did? So where do you want to put them?
So I think that they both belong in S tier. I think they're both magnificent in their own particular ways.
Oh, this is going to be a controversial video. A lot of people don't like that TNAB Mr. Freeze. So here's one that you had feelings on last night when you got to see the new design of another beloved character for the first time last night. So we have the Mad...
I'm going to be repeating myself of what I just said.
We have the Mad Hatter.
Yep.
You love the first Mad Hatter.
I
blue.
love the first Mad Hatter because it's so pathetic. The Mad Hatter is a loser. He can't get a girlfriend. He is without any sense of charisma, which is why he has such a hatred for women and he wants to control the world, which drives him towards seeking this power of mind control.
And you love the suit that's trying to make him... He's got these big shoulders and it's, looking really sleek and sharp. And
he looks like a little boy who got into his dad's closet and is wearing his dad's outfit, and it doesn't look right because his shoulders aren't big enough for this shoulder pads. And the coat goes down below his knees so he can't run. The collar is too large, so it covers up his face. He looks awful. His hair is unkempt. The hat is too large. The gloves don't fit. He is a loser, and he's a dork, and his outfit looks garbage.
Yeah.
And it perfectly captures how pathetic of a loser the Mad Hatter is.
Yeah, so he was great in BTAS. Now we have the Gremlin.
He's such a goblin!
Yeah, he's a little gremlin, and you were pretty unhappy when you saw this last night.
Yeah.
And I quite like him. I like that he is a disturbing little gremlin. I like that he looks like such a weirdo. It doesn't have those qualities that you mentioned about the first one, but he's not necessarily the same type of character anymore. I mean, I don't know. I think he's just kind of a background character now. I don't think we're going to see much more of him. So he doesn't have to do those types of stories. So.
Yeah.
But I like how weird he looks. Again, you could say that he's transforming into more of a weirdo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting that, because unsurprisingly, the guy admires the Alice in Wonderland stories, and the Mad Hatter is the centerpiece of the dinner party. He is charismatic and handsome, and he's so witty, and obviously he wants to, the Mad Hatter villain wants to become that character in the story.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense that his journey is in the complete opposite direction, and he is becoming even less charismatic and less handsome
Yeah,
and
he's not.
less like Alice in Wonderland than ever before.
Yeah, yeah, I quite like that idea that he is just turning into a disturbing little character. He's not trying to look like this suave, witty, wonderful guy. It's just like his true self has taken over his visual image. He can't fight it anymore. And now, no more the gleaming blue of the previous outfit. Now it's an ugly green. Everything just looks really drab and
Yeah,
ugly and gross. And
yeah.
yeah, and I like his his teeth are yellow, and he just
Unfortunately, I don't know enough about, but I don't know enough about history of certain colors to know for this for certain. But dark green sounds like something that a really undesirable profession would wear. Something like Undertaker or something. Someone who,
they wear black.
yeah, well, something like
Yeah,
that.
but
Because
it looks like puke.
yes, yes, like you're one of the barn boys who's just sort of looking after the horses, and so it doesn't matter if you get a bit filthy because your
Yeah,
outfit looks
yeah,
awful. And blue is always associated with royalty,
yeah.
with the aristocracy, so it makes sense that you tried to wear blue because you aspired to be a member of the aristocracy, and
So
then you collapsed into this filth.
so it does work then.
It
You see,
does
as
work.
with a lot of these redesigns, as we pointed out, they work because of how the character has transformed, what it says about their character progression.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
where do you want to put them?
I think that both of them go into A tier.
Okay. So then we have Clayface.
Clayface. I'm not sure that Clayface has ever gotten the design that he deserves.
No?
No. I
So,
think he is such a fascinating guy, but his design is so generic. It always feels like whenever there's a Clayface episode, it's a little bit of a snooze.
oh, okay. People really like that first design. I don't see that much difference between the two designs personally, but some people really can't stand the redesign.
It's a different shade of brown.
It's a different shade of brown. It's a bit more simplified. He's not as melty, as dribbly, and
Yeah.
it's again that just makes it's easier to animate. And we saw that one episode with him. It was an amazing episode.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
with Robin and that little girl.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that was an incredible episode. That was the episode that convinced you TNAB was going to be okay. You
yeah,
were
yeah,
very
yeah,
worried.
yeah. Clayface
He's
is
a
a
great
great character, and he
character.
gets great episodes. I just wish.
But again, you said mutating, transforming. He's one who actually, from the get go, he's transformed. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You really don't. That whole struggle with your supervillain trauma subconscious really doesn't exist with Clayface. There's no real possibility of um, bringing him back.
What about that one episode where they were trying to restore him? Remember, there was that science experiment. They were trying to
Right.
solidify him, and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, there is hope.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll grant you
It's
that.
fantastic. He's a great character. Yeah, he's perfect. Where do you want to put him?
B tier, both.
Okay. So then we've got Puppet Head.
Ah, Puppet Head. Okay. So, yes. Black outfit. Oh, grey. Okay.
I really like the redesign of Puppet Head. The first design is great. He's got this kind of blank expression. The glasses sort of cover up his expression. All the expression is in the puppet. Yeah, but I love this new design. He's such a perfect looking, nervous, pathetic, balding guy. I mean, he looks like he should be played by Jason Alexander, right? He's just like he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And that episode was amazing where he actually got a happy ending.
Yeah.
Bruce looked after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you didn't think it was possible.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that doesn't seem to be what Batman is about. Batman seems to be
You
saying
get put in Arkham and you just you don't get
the
rehabilitated.
cycle of trauma never ends.
Yeah, because the mental health system doesn't work.
Yeah.
The police don't work.
Yeah.
The prison system doesn't work.
Like-
All the systems don't work.
Like, Batman is a very pessimistic show in the
Yeah.
sense that you cannot overcome your trauma. You cannot become healthy again. You're not going to get through this. But he does.
Yeah,
and
that's what TNAB is about. It's sink or swim in TNAB. It's either gonna be over for you, or you're going to get a happy ending.
Yeah.
So where do you want to put these two?
I mean, they both work. I don't really like the differences between them. I don't mind. I think they're both good. I think they're both A tier.
I think the new design just allowed a lot more possibilities with his character to come out. So then we've got Croc,
Croc, another
Yeah?
character that
whose greatest moment was in the episode where they tell stories about Batman. What does he say?
uh,
Did he say that he hit him with a rock or something?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, he's great. So
Yep.
first Croc.
Yep.
He's a guy with a skin condition.
He looks a little bit like Tombstone.
Yeah.
This sort of undead grey skin.
And he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And now he is actually mutating into a crocodile.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks closer to the Spider-Man villain. Mr. Lizard.
The lizard, yeah.
What to say about Croc?
You know, that's just reminded me actually, because he was in an episode with a character that is not. We forgot to put on the list.
Oh no!
Baby doll.
We
We
forgot
baby.
Don't have
We
baby
forgot
doll.
baby doll.
Are there many differences with her?
There's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can try and bring it up.
So Croc, because he doesn't really have a traumatic background and he doesn't have any clear, motivations that are really Batman-esque, I can't really bring myself to care about the character
He's an idiot.
changes. Like, whatever. I think that Croc is Croc.
Croc is Croc. So there's the first baby doll.
Yep.
And then there's this. She is
Okay.
quite different.
Yes.
Whoops. Should we stop everything and add her to the tier? Well,
For the record,
Yeah.
I think that
the viewers can't see her, but they'll just have to imagine
Yes.
in their head. They can go look her up.
for the record, it seems to be following the same pattern that
Yeah.
that the original baby doll seems to be an average woman, whereas now she has become a doll. She is losing the battle against her trauma, and she is becoming her alias.
But of course, when we do meet her in the TNAB episode at the start, she's trying to not look like that.
Yeah.
And then her appearance shifts when someone makes fun of her and makes her look like that again. So
Yeah.
it's like she is trying to fight against it to become normal. Because
Yeah.
she's one of the saddest stories. You love her story.
Oh, I adore her so
Yeah,
much.
so she's really trying to be normal, and then the world just wants her to be baby doll. So
Yeah.
she's just gonna be baby doll, and then she has an even sadder story with Croc.
Yeah.
Where she teamed up with Croc, and then it all ended tragically, and that's probably the best thing Croc ever did. So apart from when he hit Batman with that rock.
Yeah.
So where do you want to put Croc?
B tier for both.
And where would you put baby doll if she was here?
I think she deserves to be. Both the designs are really perfect. I think they are A tier for both of them.
Okay, baby doll would have been in the A tier.
Yep.
Let the record show.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right, the penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah, he looks like a penguin. We can get him. He's a penguin. So this is an interesting one because famously the TNAB design was the original design, which is based on his look from the comics, his original look,
Yep.
And then Tim Burton came and did his thing. He made him into a penguin.
Yeah.
He made him into a freak, a mutant. Danny DeVito, an acquired taste. His
Yep.
performance in that movie,
Yeah.
for me anyway. You like it, don't you?
I really like.
Yeah. So they were kind of forced to redesign him completely to
Yeah.
look like the Danny DeVito, but he still he's not quite as monstrous. They sort of keep elements of the more suave Penguin. It's sort of a mix of the two, and they
Yeah.
do some interesting stuff with it. There's that one episode where he tries to join high society, which
Yeah.
we love. That was a really
Yeah.
sad episode for him. But
Yeah.
now, in TNAB, he's returned to his original design, which with no explanation. So I guess we just presume he got some incredible plastic surgery, and in an attempt to really actually become a member of proper society. Because now he's retired. In this show, he's not a villain anymore.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's an interesting element for this show. He runs this restaurant place, which we go to a bunch of times. Other villains, interact with it, but he is basically trying to stay out of the action and just he's going straight.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's still facilitating criminal activity.
he still
but
wets his beak from time to
yes.
time. But it's an interesting role for him.
Yeah, it's closer to the 60s
Yeah.
version of the Penguin
Yeah, so it makes sense for this design.
to be closer to the 60s
Yeah, yeah.
version. Yeah, yeah.
So do you like both of them? Do they work for their different purposes? What do you think it would have been like if they'd had their way and he'd been this design from the beginning?
The thing is, okay, so within the rogues gallery of Batman, the Penguin is the one that makes the least amount of sense because often he is just sort of a gangster in the sort of generic sense.
Yes.
He doesn't have any special
Yes.
abilities
Some
or
people,
skills.
some people do like the freakish bird-like version for that aspect that it actually makes him unique.
And I really don't like it where his only superpower is his umbrellas. It's like this is a gimmick.
Do you think he needs to be short and squat? And sort of, penguin-esque looking, even if he's a normal human. I mean, because you like the sexy penguin from the Telltale game.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he's
I
not.
do.
He's not at all like the penguin.
So-
He's a sleek, tall guy.
So here's what I think. I think that instead of being a generic gangster, he should specifically be a criminal consultant.
Moriarty.
Moriarty. He is so Moriarty in the Telltale game.
That is an interesting. I didn't think about that. That's an interesting way to. Yeah, that could add an interesting aspect to a Batman story. So where do you want to put these two?
So, just for the record,
Yeah.
the terrible tragedy of Penguin in the movie is done. We do it, and the BTAS Penguin has a lot of episodes where he is just sort of the bad guy for some reason, and he's just sort of a loser, and
Yeah.
so I feel like the purpose of him being designed that way, considering what episodes he gets to do, doesn't work. I think he is a real
It worked for
failure, except for that one
That
episode.
one episode.
Yeah. So
what about the episode where he programs the Batmobile? That was
we just
we
steal,
steal
from Burton.
from Burton.
So I would put him into D tier, but that one episode puts him into C tier.
Okay, and this one.
This guy goes up to A tier.
Okay,
I think.
wow, what a huge shift. See, TNAB is winning. TNAB's winning. Except, unfortunately, your favorite, you've already had several favorites, but this is your real favorite, the Riddler.
Yes.
This is the character you wanted to be as a kid.
Yep.
You loved Jim Carrey as the Mask and the Riddler as a kid.
I came up with my own supervillain name, Q Eston Mark. Q Eston Mark.
I hate it.
Terrible idea. He wears a red suit.
Could use more red suits. Yeah. It's a lot of green. A lot of green in Batman, a lot of green in Spider-Man. So, you love this first design for the Riddler.
Yep.
You love when he's in a suit. He's in the 60s series, sometimes he's a suit, sometimes it's the spandex.
Yep.
You like the suit.
Yep.
In the movie with Jim Carrey, he goes through a million outfits in that movie. Every scene he's in a different outfit. Some of them are suits, some of them are spandex, some of them are incredible glittery white spandex. Magnificent.
Yep.
So, but you love this first design, and one of those episodes was a really special episode for you as a kid, but then you watched it as an adult, and it wasn't actually as good as you remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one with the
Puzzles?
no, wasn't it the one with the computer game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with the virtual reality.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't as
That
good.
was that.
So you haven't actually seen the peak of the Riddler in the way you like it, but you love this design.
I, I'm such a fan of Frank.
Yeah.
As he is the Joker, the Riddler. He
No, he
is
was the Joker. He was laughing way too much.
Frank is the Riddler, and it's unsurprising that when Jim Carrey took the role, he basically just did a Frank impression,
Yeah,
and
I loved what Jim did. So some
yeah,
people didn't. I thought he's the best part of that film. Maybe the only good part of that film. He's fantastic.
and I really adore
BTAS Riddler.
animated Riddler.
But then last night we saw this.
Oh dear,
We saw this
oh dear.
abomination. This spandex. We go for the spandex. Bald head.
Every decision was wrong, and he has question marks everywhere.
No, he's just got one.
Two.
Two. Oh,
Yes.
his cane is a question mark.
Yes.
Like Sylvester McCoy.
Yes.
It was a
Is
bad idea then, and it was a bad.
is Doctor Who the
Couldn't-
Riddler?
Couldn't Sylvester play a good Riddler? Don't you think?
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted David Tennant to be the Riddler during the Nolan days. Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
but it would have been too much like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he only did a little small part in the episode you saw him in. So,
Yeah.
you know, the trinity of idiocy. We'll see the
Yes.
final part of in a moment. But so where are we putting the first Riddler?
He is at A tier.
Okay, and
D tier.
oh no.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only one so far that's been the D tier. So we're near the end now.
Yep.
So we have our beloved idiot, the Scarecrow,
Yep.
who struggled a lot in this show
Yeah.
to come up with a good
yeah.
design. The first design didn't work. It was a really bad episode. It was an episode nearly killed the show. ACOM's terrible animation.
Yeah,
They were very
yeah.
unhappy with that one. So they thought, no, we'll switch it up. Second design. Now
Yeah.
he's got eyes. Was it an improvement? It's a little bit creepier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but then TNAB, and this is the one that isn't controversial. This is the only universal opinion apparently on TNAB.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the TNAB Scarecrow. Jeffrey Combs
Jeffrey Combs
makes everything better. Eases the pain. But this design is quite shocking.
Yes.
Yeah, and you really like the idea that he is mutating, that he's transformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, is he even alive anymore?
Yes.
Did he get hanged and now he's a zombie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how's Mr. Freeze still alive?
Well, he's a head.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a cyborg.
And
but,
he's clearly just, a walking corpse.
yeah, walking corpse. It's
But,
pretty, and so he is really scary. I mean, he's almost too scary for a kids show, isn't
Yeah. But this is so Undertaker-y.
he? Yeah, yeah.
Coat and hat.
Mm.
All he needs is a coffin to ship away.
So, yeah, you want all scarecrows to be like this. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so it's a shame that his debut episode looks so ugly.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of sympathy for him actually looking like a literal scarecrow. And yeah. Oh dear. I don't know.
Well, do you like the transformation of his character? Do you like the journey he goes on?
It's unclear because he doesn't get another episode all to his own, does he?
Yeah, he does.
He does?
Yeah, when we get that second design. I think there's several.
Okay.
I think he had several episodes in BTAS. I can't remember them.
I can't remember them.
There was one that was at Dick's College, wasn't there? Yeah, don't really remember, but where do you want to put them?
So, I think that the first one
Put it in
is
the D tier.
No, C tier.
Okay. And the second one?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just...
It only looks wrong when we realize how much better we could actually be.
The issue is, I think maybe he literally looks too much like a scarecrow, when that's not really the point. The point is, it's we're doing psychology here. We're doing Dr. Freud. We're trying to figure out how to trigger your primal fears.
Yeah.
And perhaps he needed to have an outfit that was more mixed up. Obviously, it's better than the live action movie version.
He just put a bag over his head.
Yeah. Barely counts as a villain.
Well, he wasn't the main villain.
He's also C.
And then this one goes to the S tier.
Up the top. Up you go.
To the top of S tier.
Oh dear.
Now we have the last one, Bane.
All right, Bane.
Yeah.
So,
Who came pretty late into BTAS.
Yep.
So he's the luchador Bane in the first one.
Yep.
And then the second Bane, he is now into BDSM.
Yes.
Which we met him last night as the third part of the Trinity of Idiocy.
Yes.
Along with the Riddler and the Mad Hatter.
Yes.
Do you like the BDSM look? Is that inspired by the Batman and Robin? Was he like that? I can't remember now. What did that one?
Better look that up.
Well, do you like the kinky look for Bane? 'Cause I'm in favor of the kinky Bane.
So
I think that no disrespect to luchadors, but he looks a bit comical, this first Bane. But now with all in black leather, he looks more threatening. I like this.
yeah.
Of course, he ended up being less threatening in the episode, but
So in general, I'm not really in favor of. Oh right, we got the other Bane from the second movie. Batman Robin. Yeah. God, he's so ugly. Oh, I hate Bane.
yeah, he's pretty bad in
Ugh.
Batman and Robin. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, in general, just as a general rule of thumb, I don't like cultural appropriation when we're making villains.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fine line with when we're stealing a character from someone else's novel. And there are other in the lower order of villains that are just obviously stolen from other people's IPs. So I don't like it that we're just sort of stealing someone else's.
Never stealing luchadors.
Yeah, I don't like it. And so
Well, we need to get some perspective, some Mexican perspective on this character.
yeah, I'd
But then we have the Tom Hardy version. He's played by a Brit.
yes,
What a bizarre shift.
yeah.
I haven't seen that version, so I don't know. But you like him.
Oh yes. People complained that the mixing was
Couldn't understand what he says.
which is problematic because Bane has so many great lines, and you can't.
I couldn't understand what he said in the trailer. I saw that in the cinema at the time. Couldn't understand.
So,
So, where do you want to put him?
so we like. There's something else to say about this because Bane originally came into the comics as the ultimate anti-Batman. He was the perfect trained fighter to defeat Batman, and that was the point of him. And so he's sort of like a marquee in the way that no other villain really does. Someone who is just explicitly there to oppose Batman. But then he just sort of takes on his own identity as just sort of a mercenary, I guess, or I don't know, hired muscle. But I feel like until The Dark Knight Rises, we don't really get him to be clever and thinking and really brilliant. And so I think that Bane so far, obviously there are other animated versions of Bane that I haven't seen yet.
Yes, people really like the one in the Harley Quinn show. He's pretty funny.
Okay.
He's a figure of comedy now.
So just from a design level, I don't like the first one just because of the associations.
I don't think it's a very good luchador design.
Yeah. And I don't.
Where do you want to put it?
He goes into C tier.
And this one?
We're like, it's the start. I think it's like it should have been a first draft for something a lot better than what we ended up with.
Where do you want to put it?
B's fine,
Okay.
fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
There we go.
there's your list.
Ta-da!
So,
There we go. So a lot in A and B tier.
it's all
One.
just one in the D. That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too bad.
And a huge S tier.
And TNAB didn't fare too badly in the end.
No.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good show. They're both pretty good shows.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, I wonder what you think when we finish it all up. We've got 10 more episodes left. 10 episodes left of TNAB, 10 episodes left of Superman.
Yeah.
Then it's all over for Batman and Superman.
And then we've got to move on to the other shows.
Yeah, and you don't know what that is. We'll find out. Questions for later.
Questions for later.
All right. Well,
All right.
we'll leave it there.
Thank you very much for listening to our nonsensical ramblings.
Good nonsensical ramblings.
We'll
All
see
right.
you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-byes.